Imagine a place where animal and vegetable species coming from different continents meet, where creatures that don't exist in any other part of the planet live, where, between the embrace of two oceans, some of the most beautiful coral barriers on the entire Earth rise. Komodo and its adjacent islands have been a marine park since 1980 and UNESCO Patrimony since 1986. We're sailing along the trace of the mythical Wallacea line. In the 19th century, Alfred Russel Wallace traced the line of the same name, a division between animal and vegetable species in the Australian and Indo-Malayan area. Komodo rises in the area called Wallacea. Enclosed between the Indian and Pacific Oceans, it's a natural corridor for species coming from different continents. A high number of endemic species, high biodiversity, and about 15% of the coral and barriers on the entire planet characterize this zone. Sailing around the bare islands, the volcanic origin of Komodo appears obvious. This is the kingdom of the Komodo dragon. An enormous reptile whose existence was unknown until 1911, which can reach 3 meters in length and weigh 130 kilos. Carnivorous and very aggressive, its saliva is mortal, and it's able to kill prey the size of an ox. The islands are lapped by 5 different oceanic currents, which explain the incredible quantity and variety of marine life. The northernmost part is lapped by the hottest marine currents. The temperature of the water reaches around 28 degrees centigrade. Diving into these waters reserves many surprises. The coral gardens of Komodo grow up to the surface, and fish with dazzling colors wheel among the meanders of coral. The bubbles that rise from the arena are the testimony of the present volcanic activity. The volcanic sand and the multicolored coral create an unusual contrast. Looking more closely, we discover bizarre and fascinating creatures in the intricate labyrinth of coral. Many of these animals are no bigger than a few centimeters. Diving deeper in the embrace of the current, we come across huge schools of fish and feel clearly the richness and impetus of these waters. A handful of kilometers separate the south and north of Komodo. The southernmost part is lapped by cooler currents, In these waters the temperature falls as far as 22 degrees centigrade. The emerald colour and turbidity distinguish these waters. The manta ray filter the water with their enormous mouths in search of minute plankton. The seabed seems to be the palette of a crazy painter. The benthonic species that live attached to the seabed, feeding on particles in suspension, have an impressive quantity and variety. When night falls, the waters of Komodo wear their most brilliant clothes. This is the best time to observe the beautiful fish, which, numbed, let themselves be easily approached. Crustaceans leave their hideaways to feed. The strange sand creatures have made camouflage their way of surviving. Our journey ends among these flaming dusks. Komodo has revealed only one of its secrets to us. It's shown us how it's possible to come across so many different marine environments in an area of small dimensions. Does a kind of small Wallace line exist that divides Komodo in two? We have no certain answer. We only know that Wallacea has many other surprises in reserve.